What's up everyone, SuperaTom here, and in today's hot news we are going to cover more new map information on Inazuma from data miners, and secondly we take a closer look into what it seems to be Ether's long lost brother, Kazuha. Disclaimer as always guys, this is a fan service prediction discussion videos to help you have a rough understanding of what is going to come in the upcoming changes. I do not own any of this footage or images, and this is not a representation of a final product in any way, so all are subjected to change upon the final release from MiHoYo. Okay, before we hop in, here's something bonus for you guys. For the housing system, what you can do is you can go to the master carpenter who lives near the entrance of Jingse village and get 3 furniture recipe from him. Also, if you're in Mondstadt, be sure to check out Goth, where you can buy 3 furniture and a recipe for just 50,000 mora. It's pretty cheap. I'm sure that everyone can afford that, right? Oh, we're pretty broke considering for someone who's been going all over to Val to save the cities. So much for the honorary knight. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering what the hell is happening in the background, it's a new map that's called Mondstadt after the Archon War. I happened to come across this map yesterday, and it seems that it's only exclusive to me. So, well, just lay back and I'll show you around. And so without further ado, let's just hop into today's news video. First is Inazuma, the region we've been talking about since the game has just come out, and during patch 1.5 announcement, MiHoYo have decided to be the leaker themselves and show us some official artwork of Inazuma, and I have to say, I am going to love Inazuma considering how much I love the Japanese tradition and Japan in general. And the artwork here just shows so much style in that culture. Also, during the announcement, Yae Sakura seems to have appeared. If you don't know who she is, she's one of the most popular characters in Honkai Impact 3rd from MiHoYo. So popular that I just had to dig up the whole of the global internet just to find her limited edition figure model. Spend all of that pocket money of mine on it just to start worshipping her to ensure I am guaranteed to C6 her when she comes out. Anyhow, getting back to reality, the character here isn't exactly Yae Sakura, but she's pretty similar. We currently have no information on her. She might be the Electro Archon since she's speaking with Zhongli, but that's just a guess. So, speaking of Inazuma map, we've got a few new modeled map from Inazuma City shown from Lumi. I can't show the direct footage here, but I have the link in the description. Now, obviously, this is just under development, so nothing can be said for sure, but from what it looks like, the city is giving me a vibe of Sekiro Ashina Castle. If any one of you have already played that deadly game, but since this is Genshin Impact, we'll be seeing a more lively picture. Also, it seems that we will see an area which represents Japan's famous red gates in Fushimi Inari Shrine, which I would love, and I can't wait to see how in the game presentation would be like if that goes into the official map, that is. Furthermore, if you didn't know, then Inazuma would be a batch of islands situated outside of Liyue in the ocean. According to Genshin Intel, this is what the region might look like. This is just a part of the region, not the whole region. It would be a lot bigger than this. And also, the difference between the two pictures that are shown here could be the difference in the tide of the ocean, high and low tide. I'm sure this is going to be something very interesting if this happened, because first of all, we finally get to travel through boats. No longer there are days of drowning in the ocean due to far swimming. Thank you. But also, difference in high and low tide can give us access to unique area, monster and life plants. So there is a lot of things that can happen with this. While I don't even have to talk a lot about how excited I am for Inazuma anymore, because I'm sure this goes the same for you guys as well. So let's just wait a bit more, and I'm sure it's going to arrive soon enough. Okay, next we take a look at a new character who seems to be another long lost brother of Ether, Kazuha. as if Lumi wasn't enough. I'm sorry Lumin, but there are things in this world that even if you've been with your brother since the start of eternity, you still don't know everything about him. So, looking at Kazuha, he's going to be an anemo sword wielder who has a set of very unique skills. Well, of course he does, otherwise MiHoYo wouldn't make any money off of him. We now have all the animation of his skills, but since I can't show it here, I'll be leaving all the footage linked in the description if you want to check it out. According to Honey Hunter website, we've got data on Kazuha, and he's going to be focusing a lot on elementary mastery as his leveling up bonus stat. His normal attack have 5 combo and also have a teleport animation a bit like how Kuchin has. His E skill has 2 functions. Pressing E once will push him into the air while dealing AoE anemo damage to their enemies. Holding E will charge up this attack, dealing a larger amount of AoE damage while casting him into the air as well. This reminds me a bit of Venti E skills when holding down as well, but for Kazuha it's just faster animation and he doesn't create an air current that you can ride on. While he's in the air, what you can do is do a plunging attack. Once this hit the ground, it then creates something that's like a gravitational current that sucks in the enemies. Somewhat like the Viridian Wind Bow that you got from the battle pass, but his skills just pulls the enemies in together a lot better. For his Q, he performs a wide slash, dealing AoE anemo damage. The area of effect might be around the same as Ganju's burst in diameter, so it's pretty wide, and this also stays for a while on the field, deals further anemo damage to enemies periodically. And also, if this comes into contact with any element during cast, it will deal an additional elemental damage of that type. Elemental absorption may only occur once per use in this case. So after seeing his skill, I think Kazuha is most likely going to be a support DPS. He's not purely support like Venti because he also gets elementary start boost, so I'm sure he can dish out a decent amount of damage. As for his talents, he decreased stamina consumption while exploring. Once he hits level 20, he unlocked the first talent where if his burst comes into contact with any element during cast, it will deal additional 200% damage of that elemental type, which we've just covered above. And his next talent is where he would become an insane support for elementary mastery. Upon triggering a sword reaction, Kazuha will grant other members 0.03% elemental damage bonus for every point of his E mastery to their specific elemental type for 8 seconds. Now this is huge because this can easily be active with the right support in the team. For example, Bennett setting up his burst and have Kazuha set up his burst as well, which is going to trigger Swole most of the time, and having your team have their skills active. As for his constellation, I won't be going through this today in this video because I'm sure many of us won't be going for constellation, and covering all of that would make the video a bit too long. So I have a link to his constellation down below for you to check it out. So after hearing about Kazuha, what do you think? My first impression is that he really has a flashy combo animation. A lot has to do with the sheathing style of his sword, while that's to be considered for someone who came from Inazuma region, which is similar to Japan. So if you got any thought on him, just let me know down in the comment section and we can discuss something from there. Well guys, I hope you like this news edit. As always, if you stick to me till this part of the video, I just want to say I appreciate you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, as I post content bringing you the latest guides, news and updates about Genshin Impact with some funny moment as a cherry on top. With that, this is Tom wishing everyone a super day.